Presets are saved settings that can be applied to a photo at once. There are several presets already available in the editing pane to use, but they are not practical for real estate. Lightroom allows you to save settings as presets to use again later. Using presets is a great way to keep a consistent look throughout your edit and save time. Do understand that using a preset is not a click and done solution most of the time. Using a preset simply allows you to start the editing process in the same place as another photo that's been edited. Most likely you will need to change some settings to make the photo consistent in the exposure and color with the rest of your photos. Once you get editing and find settings you like for your photos, you can save that setting to apply to the rest of your photos to save time. In this video, I'll show you how to install our custom real estate presets as well as use the presets to start your edit. Click the download link in the email to download the presets file to your phone. Or use a cloud storage service like Dropbox to save the zip file or DNG files to upload from your desktop and download to your phone. Open the zip file and save the DNG files to your camera roll. Then download and open Lightroom. Create an album and name it for the presets you are adding. In this case, I'll name it Table 19 Real Estate Presets. Next, click the three dots, then Add Photos button, and select the DNG files from your camera roll. Now that the DNG files are in the folder, you can start by picking one photo, tap the three dots in the top right corner, tap Create Preset, name it, and you can also create a preset group and add it to keep your presets organized. Under Preset Group, tap User Presets. Create New Preset Group and give it a name. Then tap the check mark to save the preset. Now when you go to save the next preset, you can save it to that preset group. When you are done saving your presets, you can pick any photo, tap the Presets tab, choose a preset, and continue editing from there. You can purchase our custom Lightroom presets made exclusively to help you edit your photos faster and make your properties look their best. Click the link below to purchase now and get our Lightroom presets at a special price. Let's take a look at editing this photo of a kitchen with one of the presets. Now let me remind you that editing with a preset is not a silver bullet as far as just hitting the preset and then the photo looks great. A lot of times using a preset is a good place to start and you're adding that consistent look to a photo. But keep in mind, using a preset is just getting a good place to start with editing your photo. So let's hop in here. We're going to scroll down and click on the preset tab and click down and go through and see which preset looks good. I think Real Estate 6 looks pretty good to me. So let's start right there. We'll hit the check mark. And first things first, I'm going to go up to the temperature tab and let's drop down the temperature because I'm seeing some oranges and some yellow. So let's bring that temperature down just a tad bit. Let's start right there. That should be good. Let's hop into the light panel. And the exposure on this one looks pretty good already. I'm gonna boost up the contrast just a little bit to help with lines. Highlights, we're gonna bring the highlights all the way down and the shadows. If we bring that all the way up, maybe not all the way up. Let's try about, 86 or so. The whites, it's gonna make those lighter spots a little bit lighter than we probably need them to be. So let's bring those whites down. And then the blacks, we're gonna bring the blacks down as well to make sure we're not blowing out all the shadows. We don't want to be, we don't want the image to look so flat. We want there to be some contrast, some dimension to the photo. All right, that's looking good for right now. Let's hop over to geometry. And over here on off, we're gonna click that and set this to auto. And then that should level it out pretty well, but we're still going to need to, if we click on the image, yeah, so on the right hand side, you can see it's getting just a tad bit of that wall, and then on the left hand side, we're still a little crooked. So we are going to constrain crop, and then we're going to adjust our vertical distortion, which just a tad bit. It doesn't need to be that much. I'm thinking like maybe 2. Yeah, maybe 2 should do the trick. Okay, let's click out of that. All right, that's looking a lot straighter. That's good. Now there's this little sliver on the right hand side, and just not necessary to have that little sliver, so we're actually going to crop. Go up here to crop, and we're going to crop this out just past that little sliver, so that's not even an issue. All right, that's looking good. Now there is, if you look towards the top, above the lights, above the cabinets, there's a little bit of green, and that's happening from the sunlight reflecting off of the lawn, off of the green grass in the backyard, and that green reflecting through the window into the kitchen. So the way we can deal with this is to go into our color tab, and then we're going to hit mix at the top here, and we're going to click on green to isolate the green colors, and we're going to bring the saturation of the green colors, we're going to slide that down, and you will see that green color go away, and just enough to where that's not an issue anymore. We will hit done. We're going to do the same thing in mix. We're going to do the same thing with our oranges as well, just a tad bit, because there's some orange in the chairs. We don't want to totally get rid of that, but just enough to where that's not a distraction. Okay, that looks good. Let's click on our image and see. I might want to add a little bit more saturation. Just a tad bit more saturation. And overall, let's go into the light, and let's bring up the light just a tad bit more. Just a little bit more. And the contrast just a little bit more. And then let's go down to noise reduction. And we're going to bring that noise reduction up to about 30 is usually a good number to start with. All right. I might want to bring the shadows down actually a little bit more, back to 67. Just so there's a little bit more definition in that image. All right, I think we're in good shape right there. All right, so that's one example of a kitchen shooting just natural light in the kitchen. Let's take a look at another photo. Here's a photo of an interior room with only natural light. And we'll go down to our presets tab and go down the line and see which one works best to make this photo look its best. And that Real Estate 4 looks like a good one. So it's in pretty good shape. Let's go down and increase the contrast to give it a little bit more definition with there. Blacks are good. Let's add a little bit of noise reduction just to get rid of that little bit of grain. About 30 should do it to smoothen that out. And why don't we boost the saturation just a tad bit. All right, but overall, yeah, that looks pretty good. You can see when using presets, it makes your editing time so much faster, especially when you find those presets that you really like. As you can see, presets are really easy to use, and you can get creative, start editing more, and you can save your own to use later and make your edits even faster. Try the presets for yourself to see how easy it can make your next edit. All right, that's it. I hope this video was super helpful for you. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Have you taken real estate photos with your phone before? What are some problems that you're having? Anything you find useful? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button if this helped you at all, and I'll see you in the next video.